or equal to 12,000 is less than or equal to 12,000. Okay. Now we also have this let's say constraint here that a is less than or equal to 7,500. Let's have a look at that in a little bit more detail. Well, let's consider when a is equal to 7,500. Okay, that's just a line. Okay, when a is 7,500. Okay, where is a 7,500? It's 7,000 here, 7,500 here. So everywhere along here, it's effectively 7,500. So what we end up with is everywhere along here, we have a is 7,500. But we're interested in a being less than or equal to 7,500. So effectively, we're interested in this side of the plane here. Okay, with respect to this particular line here. This is the line a is less than or equal to 7,500. And also, b has to be bigger than 1,700. And 1,700, b, where's b 1,700? It's effectively around here. And it has to be bigger than it. So it must be, another constraint is this line here. Okay, this line here. And b needs to be bigger than it. So let's say it must be bigger than it, which means it must be over here somewhere. Okay. So now you can see now that what we're starting to do is we're starting to constrain in the plane, the region, the feasible region, yeah, that we're looking for. So we've done this constraint, and this one. The final constraint that we have is that a must be greater than or equal to 2b. Okay, let's have a look at that in a little bit more detail. So when a equals 2b, okay, well, let's think about it. Let's try to plot this. Let's choose some values for b, and let's see what we get a as. So when we choose b as 1,000, when b is 1,000, we get a must be equal to 2,000. So that's a point on this line. When b is 1,000, which is here, a must be 2,000. So this is a point on the line. Okay. Another point in the line is 0, 0. But let's choose another point. Let's say out here. Let's say when a is 10,000. Okay. Or let's say when b is 8,000. So when b is 8,000, we get a must be equal to 16,000. Okay. Which is actually effectively, it's too far out. So let's come down a bit. When it's 6,000, when b is 6,000, we get, well, b is 6,000, twice 6,000 is 12,000, so a must be equal to 12,000. So another point in the line is 6,000, 12,000, which is effectively right here. So now we have another line that constrains our problem. Okay, and you can see it actually goes through 0, okay, as expected. Okay, so now what we have is we have this line here. Okay, constrains our problem. But we're interested in a's being bigger than 2b's, yeah. Okay, so we must ask ourselves, we need to choose points now relative to this line. Let's just choose this value here. See, is this the proper side of the line? So let's just choose this value here. This value is a is 12,000 and b is 4,000. So that's 12,000, 4,000. Okay, and the question is a bigger than twice b? Well, 12,000 is bigger than 8,000 because twice 4,000 is 8,000. Okay, so this is the right side of the plane that we're interested in. It's over here. Okay, it's over here. So in here, it's over here. So effectively now we have the region being bounded is this region here. Okay, this region in here is our feasible region. Okay, so this is the region that we've been bounding, yeah, with respect to all our constraints. And when we look at this particular region, you can probably see that we have 3 intersection points. We have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose each one of those intersection points, and we're going to feed them into our objective function to see which one of these is the best for us. Effectively, what we're looking for is the one that's the furthest away from the origin. Yeah, that should give us the best situation. Okay, so if you look at this point, let's say, so now we have intersections of lines. Okay, so we have this line here. Okay, this line here is the line a is greater than or equal to 2b, which is the line a is equal to 2b. This is the plane a is greater than or equal to 2b. And this line here is the line where b B, I suppose, well, it's a line where B is equal to 1700, okay, or where B is greater, the plane where B is greater than equal to 1700, and these two intersect right here. Well, they intersect when B is 1700, okay. So if we just look at them 2 points again, okay, let me just get another piece of paper, okay, and let's just see what we get. So what we're interested in now is the point of intersection between this line here and this line here. Well, this line is the line A equals 2B, and it represents the plane A is greater than, it's the demarcation point for the plane that's greater than, A is greater than or equal to 2B. And this line here represents B is equal to 1700, so B is equal to 1700. Well then, if B is 1700, A must be equal to twice that. So